Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Let me start with something about the title. I made this title just just like when you see the title about a movie to attract people, okay? Because in reality, empathy versus remote sessions. Can we put together empathy and remote sessions or Zoom sessions or Meet sessions together? I think we're able to. And let me tell you the truth. This story is not going to be about me. It's going to be through me. Because after all, empathy is going to be the human connection. My goal, through my story, you will remember yours. You will see your room, my room, and you're going to see your room, or your homeroom in this case. When I tell you about my students, you're going to remember your students. And through my feelings, you're going to be able to connect to yours. What are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about empathy. Because empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, to understand the point of view of somebody else. And I think at this time, our students want to see and share our feelings, and we have to share them. Let me start with something. It's going to be like, let me tell you that it's going to be like in my class. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share some resources. Empathy versus remote session. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. I think we know the meaning. Let me tell you that for me, on March the 13th, 2020, suddenly my teaching career changed drastically. I start taking home whatever I have in my room, because my student and I, we were kicked out of my room, where, by the way, we have Mr. Bones, James Bones. He's by himself in my room. And here we go. We start with Zoom sessions. It's like my students say, this is the second semester. But let me show you something that maybe you're going to relate to yourself. Take a look. That's me. I'm playing Dave the Octopus.
Dave. He hacked into our system.
Where's the sound?
Dave,
I can't.
your microphone, it's not on.
Click on the button with the picture of the microphone.
Every time a villain calls in, this happens.
Hello? Hello?
Well, now we can
So
hear you,
annoying.
but we cannot see you.
Every time.
That's like talking to my parents.
This always
How
happens.
about now?
Yes. Oh, yes, we've got you.
Excellent.
That's fantastic.
Now, where was I?
Dave.
Greetings, North Wind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go do some shopping. For revenge! Wait, how do you... What do I push? Is it the red? Or... I thought it was the... It's not this...
That was me. That's still me. And then continue with the presentation. After mastering the Zoom meeting, then I have to move and put my classroom in a corner at home. Then a corner was not enough. I have to put or share a room. Now you can tell my grandpas are watching me every single day performance. Now also Pilates have to be at home. New face, new protocols. Then remember that that was the second semester in 2020. Then the summer came and I have to, of course, learn something else. So I was able to do several workshops. This one was with Mayim Bialik. She performed in the Big Bang Theory. She's the girl of Sheldon. And she's really a scientist. And I take with her neuroscience. And the class name was, it's not necessarily a brain surgery to make neuroscience. That was during May 2020. Then suddenly by Facebook, I took another workshop. It was with Neil deGrasse Tyson, of course. And it was a connection with, in Facebook, with 30,000 teachers, science teachers. And we, every single time, we share lessons to make science cool. Even, I don't know if we can make science cooler than ever, but we're trying. Then I also have to take care, because just remember, now is a screen between you and your student. And what is going to happen, you only have this part of your body and your lovely voice, of course. Well, I took a workshop with a former student, by the way, and she taught me how to take care of my voice and how to change my images so I can be better to my students. And I discovered that a screen is not going to be, at least to me, it's not going to be an obstacle. It's not going to be a barrier between my student and I. It's going to be a tool. So this is another goal that I have. Use the screen as a tool, not as an obstacle. Then, of course, I use music. Let me show you how. Of course, I use the complete interpretation. Usually when I have to take attendance and I let my students in. And it depends on the mood, depends on the period, depends on the day. You can use that, or you can use something else. Let me show you. And let me warning you that sometimes I don't see the chat because I'm not multitasking, but for sure I will love all your feedback. You also can use this one. Plenty of material in the internet about music. How am I going to collect the data that what my students like to do? It's very simple. At the beginning of the semester, I collect with some Google Forms, like this in my anatomy class. For example, name, where did you born, what is your favorite country and why. They can give me a lot of information with that, how many languages you speak, your favorite song or interpreter, and sometimes I play their music, so they are going to pay more attention to me. Favorite food, favorite scientist and why, so I can talk about that scientist. Something fun, important, or unique about you. That way they are going to tell me things that you're not going to believe, like, oh, I'm the second child, or I'm the spoiled child, or about the pets, about a lot of stuff that you can make connection with your students during the whole semester. And of course, in this case was a short paragraph about the reason you study anatomy and physiology. And also, I want that they share with me plans to succeed. What are you going to do to succeed this ISF home time? And they have wonderful ideas. Then I organize the stuffed animal day. Bring your stuffed animal day to your room, and then and we share with everybody else or stuffed animal. This is Lucas and I. And volunteer system. I believe that sometimes when they want to read or they want to share the opinion, they have to be my volunteer. And in the past, I used the system of this. You use a stick inside a bottle and then put the name, and then once in a while, I take the stick out and read the name, and they have to read. And we call to this the volunteer, because sometimes they don't want to do it. Now I have something else. Something else that I hopefully going to find. And I think I close it. Oh, let me see. That happened every time in my room. And my students call Miss Martinez against technology. And now you know why. I'm waiting. Okay, this is what I use. And it's very unique. And you will like it. I think I'm sharing the screen with you, and you see the name, how you're going to pick the name, okay? And you can tell you choose the name of your students by periods. I already choose mine. And then you're going to see who is going to be the winner. Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay, little one, please show me your report. I know you have a lovely writing, but I want to see your lab report. And then he's going to share something with us. After that, I choose another name. It's lovely how they run all over the place. Okay, Isabel Allende, please share something with us. And you can interact with them about who is going to be the winner, for example. Use another idea to interact with them. And then we continue with, for example, this is what I have prepared for you about if you can see the names of one of my periods. They are lovely, lovely students. Now, for example, before that, let me see how are you doing, my audience, and let me stop sharing, and I want to see you. And I can see the chat. And please do some interaction. You can put some reaction like I'm doing okay. Maybe, thank you. Some of you say I'm doing lovely. Or you can put whatever, or I can interact with the chat. It's up to you. So thank you. That's the interaction that you like with your students. And then you're going to see maybe some sad faces, or maybe you are going to say, oh, that's your birthday. For example, how we celebrate birthdays right now. Some of my audience is going to say, oh yeah, I know that. Every single time I have ready a chocolate because it's going to be somebody else's birthday. So I want to give them a birthday present. And now it's going to be only online. And I say to my kids, you know what? When we go back, I'm going to give you all the chocolate that you deserve. And it's going to be bags and bags, of course. How am I going to do test? I'm looking at the clock, and I think I'm not going to have time to show you a real test. Or maybe let's go wild. Let's do it. If you want to log into Socrative, let me put in the chat to everybody. Send the chat to everyone. Okay, please log into Socrative.com as a student, please. And when they ask you to, you might do it right now if you don't mind. And you can put, instead of it is going to ask you to join the, give me a room number, and they are going to tell you, just put master monster. Okay, and I'm going exactly right now to the place to see if we can play. Well, it's going to be a race. And also it's going to be, let's see, Socrative. I think you can see my screen. Master monster is what you need to put when they ask you for a number. And then I can see some people here already. Let me start, or if not, I'm not going to be able to see everything. I'm going to download Live Curious, next. And then I'm going to see, oh, my goodness, 19. Let's go fast and do, what about 5 teams? And the icon, rocket, bear, bee, bicycle. I'm feeling right now like a unicorn. So we're going to do unicorns. And let's do it. So you are going to be assigned a color. The fast and the accurate you ask, the faster your unicorn is going to be moved. Okay, I have blue, magenta, lime, peach, and violet. So if you start asking the questions, your unicorn is going to be moved. If not, they are going to be dead. Magenta, violet, wonderful. What about blue and lime? Okay, here we go. Blue, I don't know what happened with blue, but let's go between peach and violet. Oh, peach is going to be the winner. Maybe violet. Oh, blue, wake up. Finally, peach and violet is going to be nose. Or I know in the case of the unicorn, it's not going to be a nose. Peach. I'm going to bet for violet. Come on. Magenta. Wonderful. No. Between peach and violet. Peach is the winner. And of course, everybody's going to say, I was in that team, of course. That is just to tell you about, to do a quiz, a race or something, just to interact. And we have some games, but I'm going to skip. If you want all the material, all the resources, email me. I'm going to give you all the information, and I'm going to give you all the presentation that I'm going to post also in Live Curious, but also you can email me and I'm going to email back everything. I have some examples. Of course, I'm not going to tell you here about the curricula or about the topics or about the subjects, because you are the expert in your field. I'm going to tell you here about our students, about the example, and about feel some empathy between coworkers. This empathy situation have to be between coworkers and students and administration and parents. And let me share you some examples about what I'm proud of. Of course, now everything have to be online. So I send the assignment and then send me the assignment back electronically by Google Classroom. And sometimes they do by hand and then take the picture. This is a wonderful material they are sending to me. Everything by computer. Now the feedback from my students. Before, let me share the feedback with my students and also tell you that I'm so proud of the assignments. But I want to share some ideas about the interaction with those little kids that, by the way, I have the time to see them grow. They are not kids anymore. They are young people ready to go to college. I know some of them since they were freshmen, and now they are growing up in front of my eyes. And they are sharing the name of the pets. I know pets because they jump on the lap of my students. I know Josecito, I know Porfirio, and Spencer. And I have interaction with the parents because they use, when I talking about, for example, let's speak in Alejandro, you didn't finish the homework. And then I can listen to somebody who say, Ms. Martinez, I told Alejandro to finish your homework. So the interaction also is because we are not anymore in our classroom. We are at home with them. And you can see the feedback of my students, and let me share something deeper. One of my students, sometimes I say, okay, tell me how you're feeling, Ms. Martinez. I feel nervous. I feel so nervous because I'm going to have a test. And I say, well, I cannot give you a hug anymore because we are online. And you know what he did? he hugged the computer. And he say, Ms. Martinez, I cannot give you a hug, but I'm going to give a hug to the computer because that represents you. You can see, this is the kind of students I have. And of course, I have some chit chat because I'm going to forget everything. And let me move to this. I want to go back to the classroom. I want to do dissection, to interact with my class. But right now, I can only see their faces, and I want to see them smiling and having hope. And they have to see me smiling, and sometimes they are going to see me, my frustration, and they are going to see that I need more time. And I think that that's the connection that we need to do with our kids. After all, empathy, one more time, let me tell you, is the human connection. Do I have reason to smile? Yes, why not? I'm healthy. I have a job. And a job I like every single day, and I can tell them, and I can give a piece of advice to them, and I can touch their souls. And sometimes we talk to each other. I can see the landscape and the places where they are. And sometimes we have a local joke, like somebody's taking the sun, and I say, okay, Juan is doing photosynthesis, good for him. And we laugh at each other for these particular jokes and this particular environment that we are. So we have to take advantage of every single time, every single second that we are on screen. So this March 13, 2021, I'm going to have a celebration because it's going to be the first year online. And also was the year we had to hide. And this year was beyond science fiction. And in the meantime, we have to learn, we have to teach, and we have to live. And we can do a lot of things, like sharing. And this is the truth of everything. People will forget what you say. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you make them feel. And this is something that I did several times. It's like I'm going to start playing whatever they did to me in class because I miss them so much. And if you don't mind, you can take a screenshot and then fill the form. And in this form, you're going to let me know that you want all the material that I have in this presentation. And this is my data. If you want to contact me, only say in the email that is from the Go Live presentation, and I'm going to send everything I have.